What's up, guys? Jace2Cents here on the Cars and Vlogs channel, doing something I haven't done in a while, and that is a car video. Well, no, I've done car videos, but this is one while in the car. All right, don't scrape, don't scrape, don't scrape, don't scrape. All right, we didn't scrape. So I thought maybe I would do a video while in the Z about something that I haven't actually done before, and that is like the top 5 things or whatever that I hate about the Z. And I don't think I could go 10, I could go 15 things if I wanted. So I don't know if I'm only going to do 5, but regardless, yeah, there's things I don't like about it. The interior is still out of the back of the car. I haven't put it back in from the track. And I only took the interior out because we were making suspension adjustments at the track. So these are not going to be in any particular order, but they are definitely all ranking pretty high on the list of things that bug me about the 370Z. Number 1, fuel starvation. If you track your car, then you know what I'm talking about here. The Z has a saddlebag style fuel tank. What that means is it's got a hump in the middle of it. So when you take hard right-hand turns, the gas will slosh, and then the pickup picks up air, and then you get fuel starvation, which means the engine will cut out. It doesn't die, it just cuts back to idle. And on the track, that could actually be a pretty bad situation. Now, there's ways to combat that. There is the CJM pump out there. It's $1,100. I'm going to buy it, and it basically adds another fuel pump to your tank, which picks up on both sides and solves the issue. But $1,100 is a lot of money for a fuel pump. Now, there's other things you can do, like adding foam to the tank, but the foam will break down and it could end up clogging. So I'm not going to do foam. Foam's not something I'm going to even attempt to do. Something else I really don't like, especially as being a tall guy, is the steering wheel does not telescope. So I have to sit with the seat as far back as I can because I'm 6'4", but the steering wheel stays pushed all the way forward. So my arms are always extended when I'm driving. Now typically you want the steering wheel to be about as far away as your elbow, but I can't do that because, well, I'm really tall. This car was designed by Japanese folks, and for whatever reason, they didn't make the steering wheel telescoping, telescopic scoping. Now something else that's really an issue with the Z are oil temperatures. Now the 2009 through 2011 370Zs do not have any kind of oil cooler of any type whatsoever. 2012 and up, they added a really shitty oil cooler. And so it has, and basically it's integrated into the radiator, I believe. I don't know, my car doesn't have it, so I can't verify that. So I have on here a 25-row Sit-Trap oil cooler, which I'm going to be upgrading to a 34-row because, especially as we get towards the summer, I'm going to need extra oil cooling, especially on the track. But right now, with the SoCal temperatures being in the 60s on track, my oil temps do not exceed about 235. With an oil cooler, that's hot. Now let's go ahead and talk about the transmissions here for a second. The 6-speed transmission that comes in the 370Z, whether it be a Nismo, a Sport, a Base, whatever, they're the same transmission. 5th and 6th gear on these transmissions is crunchy. Now, not grindy, but crunchy, where if you try and go diagonal from 4th to 5th, it will grind. You have to basically go into neutral, go make it a sharp right, and then up into 5th, and it won't grind. It's really kind of shitty, but that's just the way these transmissions are, and there's no servicing these transmissions. If they start to grind and you're under warranty, they just swap them out for new transmissions. I'm way out of warranty, so I just deal with the grind. But I haven't had any grinding issues since I got myself in the habit of trying to stop going diagonally from 4th to 5th. Now this transmission is not by any means a fast shifting transmission, so things like drag racing in this car, there's time that can be shaved if the transmission would allow you to actually shift smoother. It is not a smooth shifting transmission. It is extremely notchy. It is very gated. The synchro gates are hard to push through. It takes some force. So I've actually got a lightweight leather Nismo shift knob on here that I'm going to be changing out for a weighted metal shift knob to give me a little bit of assistance in shifting into gears. But fortunately, at the track, the 2 track days I've done so far in this car, I have not missed any shifts. I guess I've just got really good muscle memory on the shifting on this. I've lost track where we are. I think that's 4. I don't know. Maybe it's 4. Now the car, I have a Nismo, a 2010 Nismo. It looks fast, but the car is not fast by any means. In its day, 6 years ago, it was quick. Move forward 6 years now, there's a lot of cars on this road, 4-door sedans, that are faster than this car in a straight line. I mean, with all the bolt-ons I have on this car and the tune, if I did a 13 flat in the quarter mile, I'm doing good. And that's if I get a perfect launch, a good 60-foot time, and don't miss-shift anything. We might hit a 13 flat at like 109, 110 in the quarter on the trap speed. The only place this car really shines is in the corners. And that's why when I take this car onto a tighter track like Streets of Willows or Chuckwalla or whatever, it comes down to the driver. If you've got an exotic car and you're a shitty driver, I'm going to pass you. Or a better driver in this car is going to pass you. So that's what makes this car a whole lot of fun, is it really equals out and evens out the playing field on tracks that don't have high-speed sections. Now in January, I'm going to be going to Auto Club Speedway and doing the Roval, which is the competition track. It's like 3/4 of the oval and then the infield. The thing that sucks is anytime I make up in the infield, faster cars like GTRs and Porsches and whatnot, they're just going to blow by me on the oval part, and then we'll start all over again. So it's not really a track that's very friendly to a slower car like mine. I mean, I might hit 130, 140 on the oval before I've got to go into the high-speed braking zone. But I mean, GTR is going to be hitting like 165, no problem. Now, an honorable mention here is going to be for the Nismo model. The Nismo has the viscous LSD in the back. It's not a helical, it's not a mechanical LSD, it is a fluid inside the LSD that causes friction that allows the... Road noise is kind of loud in this car, guys, I'm sorry. It's a fluid in the LSD that allows it to either lock up or slip under various load conditions. Basically, when you're turning, it will allow it to slip, and then under straight line performance or braking, then it would try and lock up the rear wheel, the tires, so they turn at the same rate. The problem is it's a fluid, and fluids break down, and there's no real servicing of that fluid, so it's a weak LSD. It's easy to make it slip. I cannot drift this car right now. Once I put on the brand new RE11s, which are a 200 tread wear, it's a soft tire. It's about as soft as you can get as a street legal tire until you get into race compound like 100 tread wear. I cannot do a drift in this car. The LSD will not allow it because the grip of the tires can overpower the LSD. So that's why one of the next mechanical mods I'm going to be doing in this car specifically is a mechanical LSD. Haven't decided which one I'm going to do yet. There's a lot of options out there. I don't want it to be super noisy on the road. When you go around turns and stuff, it's going to make, you know, kind of a clunk, clunk, clunk sound because that's the mechanical gears slipping or doing their thing. So I've got to find that balance between performance and comfort, if you will. So those are just a few of the things I came up with that really bother me about the 370Z. If you guys own one, sound off in the comments. Tell me if you think I missed something or something that's worth an honorable mention as my camera's shaking to hell. Yeah, guys, my suspension is, well, it's not a pure track suspension, but it is a bit stiffer than a standard road car. So it's a little bouncy. So the camera's probably been shaking around like crazy. But anyway, sound off in the comments if you got a 370Z or you know someone that owns one, or any complaints you've heard that you think I've missed. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. This has been my little things I hate about my car. I should probably do a follow-up video about things that I love about my car, because believe it or not, that list is a whole lot longer than the one I just gave you. Alright guys, see you in the next one.